Today, we are going to be talking about XMR Monero, and I am going to be giving you guys a price prediction of what I think Monero can do over the next 1 to 2 years at the end of the video. So make sure you stick around to hear that out. Hey guys, welcome back to another JSpizzle Crypto YouTube video. As time goes on, especially recently, AI is absolutely blowing up. And there are rumors that very, very soon AI will be able to write its own code, and that when that day happens, 20 years of technology could happen in a single year. There is a lot of FUD going on, fear, uncertainty, and doubt about transactions for Bitcoin, and AI being able to track all the transactions that a person has ever made straight to them, which basically there are a lot of people who have made millions and billions of dollars and have actually hid that money through the blockchain on non-centralized exchanges. For example, Coinbase, Crypto.com, KuCoin, those are all exchanges where you have to upload your ID and the government has straight direct access to the transactions that you are making on those platforms. However, there are other platforms and there are ledgers and hard wallets that you can have and do transactions from one to another. But the thing is, all that Bitcoin has to come from somewhere. Now, I think that Bitcoin will always be around. I think it's going to be king, but people are going to start to look for other options to make their assets more private, more secure, and do what they originally were wanting to do with Bitcoin, or to hide their money from government and other people. That's where Monero comes in, ticker XMR. Now, at the time of this recording, Monero is sitting at about $415 per coin. And you might ask, okay, well, what about Zcash? What's the difference between Monero and Zcash? Well, the difference between Monero and Zcash is very, very little, but one big thing stands out. With Monero, all your transactions automatically are completely secret and untraceable. Whereas with Zcash, you have the option to either make it private, the transactions, or allow the blockchain to be able to read it. So it can go one or the other. Whereas Monero, its only job, its strict thing that it wants to do is keep your transactions private. And I think that's why Monero could be the one, the big one that people adopt. I know there's been a lot of hype around Zcash recently, but to be fair, it does both instead of the one thing that people are wanting right now, and that's to hide their money. So the question is, well, where can Monero go? If it's at $400 and some change right now, where do I think it could go? Well, to answer that question, we can look at some other assets such as XRP, which is a monstrous altcoin right now with a market cap of actually over $200 billion. So that's something that we've seen is achievable. I like to look at the top altcoins and their market cap to see, okay, what is achievable already? Well, so if we compare that right now, XMR with XRP's market cap, that would give Monero around an $11,000 per coin price, which is pretty hefty. It's about a 26x away. But I don't think it could stop there. I think over the next 4 to 5 years, I think that money printing can go absolutely crazy. Trump has been talking about giving dividends to Americans, which is very significant for this one reason. You hear about governments printing $2 trillion for these big spending bills. That takes months and years to actually trickle down, and sometimes they never will, but it trickles down to the hands of citizens, normal people that can actually go onto the blockchain and spend their money and provide liquidity. Whereas when these dividends come, much like when the pandemic hit, we saw a massive inflow of money onto exchanges where people were directly buying on the blockchain. People were getting $1,200 for adults that were paying taxes and $500 for their children. Well, they're talking about $2,000 for every tax-paying American adult and $2,000 per child. This is over double what they were giving last time. So the result could be even twice as explosive as we saw before, especially if it happens once or twice a year. So who knows? I think that over the next year or two, I think a very modest price prediction is $11,000 per coin. But who knows? Maybe over the next 4 or 5 years, it could even hit $50,000 to $100,000. But who knows what could happen in the next 4 to 5 years? Because when AI starts writing its own code and technology and civilization explodes by dozens of years than it would have originally if just humans were inventing the technology, anything's possible. But let me know what you guys think. How do you guys feel about Monero? Make sure you guys give this video a big thumbs up. I'm trying to get every video up to 20 likes. Definitely subscribe and hype up the chat. And until next time, God bless you guys. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.